In many ways, I am past anger. I always feared that your times would befall our enlightenment. For I knew our enlightenment would take centuries, that it was a process, that it was so vulnerable, so open to manipulation. Do you not remember what our enlightenment was? Have you forgotten so much? Our enlightenment was the dream that we would learn to look at the world not as we want it to be, my friends, not as idle women fancy would have it, but as it actually was, in its beauty and its terror, in its fierceness and its joy. To be not led then by the whims of belief, or idle men's fancy, or whipped up into a mob, but rather to talk one with the other, and through that talk, the reason that it inspires in our minds, to use maths, and I mean real maths, and all the tools of the reasoning mind, to actually comprehend this world into which we are given. That then was the Enlightenment. That then was the glorious dawn. A dawn that felt so palpable in my days. Oh, but why do I berate you with this lost dream? I suppose it is in my desperation to remind you of what you have lost. So much. And did I not write that everywhere they would remain, the self-appointed custodians of our youth, those who would whisper conniving in your ear, "Don't worry about it. Just believe and receive the truth. The truth is really out there, simple to find. It is being hidden from you." These, then, the witch-finder generals of my time and yours. Those who would whip up a mob in order to increase their power. Who would then try to close your mind down from real inquiry with a world you don't necessarily want to believe in, that does not reflect the power of the nations of your time, but rather is what it is in its endless revealing as the valley emerges from the mist. That world, then, they would have you lose sight of in artificial claims, in endless para-truths and unrealities, in endless assertion of privilege and power and passion. They will tell you you are a nation and so best under God. They did in my time, and be warned. These belief merchants, these disperchers of reason, oh, they would take away your enlightenment as soon as look at you. For you understanding the world as it is, understanding nature then, not as some great God, but in all the processes, but in all the shifts, in all the things it actually is. All this undermines the power of the great and the good, the rich, and undermines the powers of the foolish, the witch-finders of this world, those who use rhetoric as opposed to argument, or worse, those who will whip up a storm of fear to make you believe things in your terror, so that you reach for them, give them the power, and their power is but the power of dragons, greedy and rapacious, and yet their lies will hide you to that fact. Worse than that, they will hide those truths you do notice, the dark realities of the power that is theirs. They will hide that then in other conspiracies, in other shifting beliefs, so that your very noticing of the truth will become yet another enemy in which they ensnare you. The single truth you notice will be taken then and transformed by the dark algebra of their endless power, their endless quest for money, into a veritable living nightmare, where you inflict pain on others and yet gain nothing by it but more hatred and more fear. This was the world before the Enlightenment. This is not some prophecy of doom. I am not the prophet of Revelations. I am merely telling you of what it was, of what that dark tunnel was, with the light of reason in it. It was that which cannot do good for you or any of you. A world, then, where you willingly become enslaved again. Is this, then, really all that happens? Is this the end? In this dark tunnel, in this dark cave of our enlightenment? I hope not. I pray not.